Hey there, Stoic Sage. Welcome back to our channel. Subscribe this channel. Let's go to new topic. All right, let's deep dive into the Stoic principle of step back, stay silent, they will beg you. This advice feels incredibly powerful, and it's rooted in the Stoic tradition of embracing control over oneself and resisting the temptation to react impulsively to others. It encourages self-mastery, emotional resilience, and patience. 1. Understanding the Stoic philosophy of restraint. The Stoics, including ancient philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, championed the idea that true power comes from restraint rather than from overt displays of strength or dominance. To step back is to detach from situations, observe without emotional reaction, and remain calm. For the Stoics, wisdom comes from careful observation and measured responses, not impulsive actions or forced reactions. The mindset is to stay above trivial provocations. In Stoic philosophy, the idea of restraint is essential because it helps avoid unnecessary conflict and conserves emotional energy. Letting go of the need to respond to every slight or comment allows one to keep their peace and think clearly. 2. The power of silence. Silence in Stoicism is an underrated weapon. Epictetus famously said, "Silence is safer than speech." By staying silent, Stoics believe you protect yourself from saying something that could come back to haunt you. Speaking impulsively often leads to regret, misunderstandings, or escalations of conflict. Silence, on the other hand, allows time for reflection. It's like taking a mental pause, a break to process emotions and prevent reactive behavior. This silence is also a method of control. When you choose to remain silent in the face of a challenging person or situation, you're asserting your own power by not allowing them to pull you out of your balanced state. It's the ultimate "you do not control me" move. 3. They will beg you, earning respect through self-mastery. By stepping back and staying silent, the Stoic holds on to their dignity and integrity. Over time, this kind of self-control can command respect. When people see that you aren't quick to anger, that you don't respond to bait, and that you won't lower yourself to unnecessary conflict, they begin to recognize your strength. When you refuse to engage in conflict or overreaction, people often reevaluate their stance and realize they may have been in the wrong. The Stoics didn't believe in making people come around. They simply demonstrated that by holding oneself with integrity, others would come to respect and even seek their guidance or forgiveness. Applying the principle in daily life. In practical terms, this approach can be applied in both personal and professional settings. In relationships, when confronted with criticism or negativity from a friend, partner, or family member, stepping back and remaining silent rather than reacting emotionally can prevent the situation from escalating. It also sends a message that you aren't easily rattled. At work, if someone is attempting to provoke you or undermine you in the workplace, remaining calm and professional rather than retaliating can often make them reconsider their behavior. Over time, your consistent calmness can establish you as someone who handles stress well, someone who is mature and reliable. Online and social media, the temptation to respond to negativity online is real, but stepping back and refraining from engaging can be incredibly powerful. The Stoic practice of avoiding trivial arguments is especially relevant in this age of social media, where online arguments can spiral quickly. 5. The psychological benefits. There are several benefits to this approach. Reduce stress. Constantly reacting to people's provocations can be exhausting. By detaching, you conserve mental energy. Emotional resilience. This approach builds resilience, as you are training yourself to handle difficult situations without letting them affect your inner peace. Improved relationships. Others often appreciate someone who is calm under pressure, which can lead to healthier and more stable relationships. 6th, a Stoic exercise to practice. This principle, try practicing the pause. When someone says something that triggers you, instead of reacting immediately, count to 3. Take a few deep breaths and observe your thoughts. Reflect on whether responding would add value or just feed into unnecessary negativity. Marcus Aurelius himself used a version of this technique. He wrote that people should give themselves the luxury of silence as a way to master their impulses. 7. Conclusion. Mastery of self, not others. At its core, the Stoic lesson of step back, stay silent, they will beg you, is about learning to master oneself rather than trying to control others. By mastering your reactions, by choosing silence and detachment over impulsivity, you strengthen your inner self. This kind of self-control is attractive and earns respect without any demand. This approach is less about making others beg and more about making them recognize your inner strength. Through this practice, the Stoic gains a peaceful mind, an even temper, and a strong character. And in a world that constantly pulls us in every direction, this peace and power are truly priceless.